Maestro Gaming presents a wobbly wagon wheel production about a nomad man. That man is the Gypsy King.
Okay, ladies and gents, welcome back to another Maestro Game production, and as you can see, we are outside some random person's home. Now, that wasn't my personal preference. That is simply because the Google car didn't go anywhere near our stadium. And well, today, if the fixture list doesn't change, we have a double home header for you. Now, that will be kicking off with a game against SKN St. Pullen. They, of course, beat us 2-0 at the end of the regulation season, so hopefully we can get some revenge in that game. We will then be versing FC Asteria Wacker Modelling in the second fixture. So without further ado, I'm going to head on over to the stadium and I will hope to see you fine folks for the game against St. Pullen in just a second. Right everyone, we are finally in the stadium for today's game and our team will be Hankick in goal. We have Van Neck at left back, Guga and Gantz in central defence. Goals of course on the right hand side of defence. Now Park is our central defensive mid, Stosic and Desmaili in central midfield, Takir in front of them and Tadic and No Place Like Home up front. Now our bench consists of Halak, Huffy, Boba, Lucas, John Obi Mikel, Dimitri Payet, and of course, Fuchshoffel. Yeah, I'm never going to get that guy's name. You know what? Let's change his name, just because I'm never going to get that last name. So, let's just... You can be Fook Shooter. You are the Fook Shooter. That makes it a lot easier to pronounce. Now he's Fook Shooter. As you can see, they are going for the classic 4-4-2 today. So let's head on into the dressing room. Martin thinks we should encourage the team, give them a bit of a morale boost. And I think that's not a bad little approach for Martin. Could be quite the winner. So, you know what? We're going to be passionate. Screw his plan. I know we're underdog scout, then give the fans something to cheer for would be a good one, but I want to go with we owe them. After what happened last time, get revenge, as you can see. If in doubt, go for the revenge talk. That is my suggestion for Football Manager. Team talks. But we have Ewald Bockel of the Australian Football Free Press, an untrustworthy fellow, a little bit rude, who has a great respect for us. Now, Guga has been rock solid in defence as of late. How important will he be here today? Well, just like every player on the pitch, very important. Like I've said in previous episodes, we need everybody pulling their weight if we are to get out of the hole we're in. Now, we do have a game in hand against, in comparison to Hartsberg, so that is going to help a little bit, but I believe we are 6 points, I want to say, off them. So we really need to win that game in hand. We certainly hope he can take that form into the game. Haas has reign supreme at the back for them. How do you want to throw him off his game? The lads have looked sharp in training. So, John Obi Mikel is out. Is that due to recent injury problems? No, it's because we have better alternatives in his position. He's been rested. It's nothing more than that. I'm going to lie to him. Don't want to get on John Obi Mikel's bad side. So we're simply going to say it's because we're resting him. When in fact we know it's because he's not the best guy for the job. Park is a much better fit, and same with Lucas. Lucas is a much stronger player also in that defensive mid role. Now, John Obi Mikel, decent little backup if we need a centre role midfield player at a push, but we don't really need a central midfielder at a push at the moment. Lucky for us though, we just avoided conceding there. As you can also notice at the top, we are playing cautious because this is arguably the best team in the relegation group. So trying to hit them on the counter is probably our best chance of getting something out of this game. And we've escaped once more. Off the post, off the goalkeeper, hoofed away, and we are 20 minutes in. You know what? Takir's a bit nervous, so lads, you've done good not to concede in the first 25 minutes. So there you go. Apparently he doesn't like me telling him he's done a good job. Takia. I don't know how I'm going to get through to that man. I really don't. I may have to drop him for Dmitry Payet. Dmitry Payet would not be nervous in this situation. He's seen much worse than this. But Des Maley throws it into Tadic. Tadic now to Van Neck. Van Neck crossfield ball nicely to Goals. Goals, can he whip it across or will he play it short? Whips it Stossic on the edge of the area, but it's over the bar. That was not a bad little effort. As you can see, it started chucking it down here. And it is 0-0 going into half-time. They've had 4 shots. We've had 4 shots. They've had 6. 2 on target to their 2 on target. 5 fouls to 1 foul. 3 yellow cards, 0 yellow cards, 62% possession to 38. I was reading them backwards pretty much on that possession basis. I didn't expect us to be the ones dominating the possession. Now, our best performer was Van Neck. He's got a 7 rating and a 93% passing completion ratio. For them, of course, is Dibon. He's got a 6.8 and no reason for it. Struggling to perform is No Place Like Home. 6.5 and 1 overall chance. George Davis for them also has a 6.4 and is struggling. So, let's see what we can do to turn our form around. Like I said, a draw is pretty good here. But we do have No Place Like Home and Tadic having a rough one. And we have Nevs in Takia. So I don't see us really opening things up with them 3 as is. So, you know what? Passionately, revenge team talk once more. Didn't go down as well this time, but it's gone well with them 3. Now, you guys. Let's assertively. You weren't that bad, but I believe you can still improve. Okay, he listened passionately. That went well. Yeah, lots going from you. There we go. It worked on Tadic. Tadic has at least picked himself up, and I'm going to try and calm the nerves of Takia. So, pressure's off. I want you to go out there and play your natural game. Didn't do anything for his nerves, unfortunately. But it made me feel a little bit better about him going out there nervous once more. We are on 4 yellow cards though. That's going to make me rather nervous going into this second half. Because I'm not sure how close we are to suspensions with a lot of these players. Pooh though, coming down this right hand side, gets up to Pak Kwong Rayong. Back post, luckily, he's too near to the goal and it goes wide. Stossic has picked up a bit of a knock. That is not some good news. That is pretty bad, in fact. We will bring on John Obi McHale. So, Joby Wankanobi, you can drop to being a central mid. Oh, I took the wrong guy off. Don't know how I managed that one, but I did. But it doesn't really matter because we are doing the same thing. It just means the switch up isn't as drastic as it was going to be. Because what I was going to do is make Park our deep lying playmaker and make the other midfielder a central midfielder. So, what are we going to do? I guess we deal with the nerves of Takia, and Tadic is having the worst performance out of them 2. So you know what? Tadic, get off my pitch. You are not performing to the standard I would expect of you. So you go there, No Place Like Home, switch up his role, maybe that will help him play a little bit better. We are going to praise the lads a little bit, tell them they're doing a good job not to lose this game. That has motivated Hankick, so that is always a good sign. A couple of other players have picked up some motivation. Now, please do not concede in this situation. Trimmel whips in across back post. Oof, we are giving him too many opportunities on that back post. Luckily, we escape once more, and we are still ahead on the possession. That is surprising. I guess we're just not doing a whole lot with it. We're holding the ball, stopping them from having it, and thus we are just running the clock down, which I'm happy with. As you can see, we are going to be 4 points behind Hartsberg. Won't have that game in hand, but it's progress. We've finally started getting points on the board and stopped losing. Yes, that streak continues of being without a win. But it is 0-0 here, and we have picked up our second point of our time here at Tyrol. Now, we only had 5 shots. They had 12. 2 on target to their 3. 11 fouls to 4 fouls, 5 yellow cards, 2 yellow cards, 57% possession to 43. Levelled out a little bit in that second half, as you'd expect. They were shooting a bit more. They had a bit more of the ball. Now, our best performer was Van Neck. He got a 7.2 and 85% passing completion ratio. For them was Trimmel. He had 4 fouls against and a 7.3. Now, struggling to perform is Tadic. He got a 6.4 and Balik with a 6.1. Balik, if I was their manager, I would be rather angry with him. He had several good opportunities to nod one in at the far post, but luckily we escaped because his finishing was terrible. Now, as you can see, like I said, still 18 games without a win. Continuing our West record, Van Neck made his 25th career appearance on top of that though. So, player of the match went to Trimmel for them, which is reasonable. He had a good game. I won't take that away from him. Now, Martin thinks we shouldn't be too hard on the team. That was a tough result to take. I mean, I'm pretty darn happy with that result. Besides our forwards, they did good. So you know what? Passionately, good result, lads. Everyone expected us to lose. Push the morale up a little bit. We've got a game in a few days against a team that we probably need to be winning against. Whereabouts are they? Third. Maybe not so much. But in our current situation, that probably is a game we need to win. We probably need to beat them, Lask and Hartsburg. And as you already know, we drew against Hartsburg in our first game against them. But I'm going to get through these next few days. I'll see you fine folks at the stadium in just a second. Okay, ladies and gents, welcome back for our second game of today's episode, which looks to be yet another wet game here at the Gnot Langes Stadion. And, well, our team has no changes. The only change I've made is I've actually altered Takia's playing position. Instead of being an attacking midfielder, he is now an advanced playmaker. Now, Stosic, as you noticed in the previous game, had to go off a little bit early. I'm being a bit of a sadistic manager. I'm making him play within his injury days, where he's supposed to be injured for 2 to 3 days with a bruised ankle. So, without further ado, let's head to the dressing room and see what Martin thinks. So, Martin thinks we should tell the team they're expected to prove a point today. Now, I hope he has the same feeling as I when I say, assertively, revenge. Always works, folks. Revenge always works. Footballers love a good old bit of revenge. So the revenge team talk once more goes down greatly. Now, I did have to give the lads a bit of a morale boost. We held a little bit of a meeting. I told them they are better than they are currently performing, and they agreed, and they are hopefully going to pull their fingers out today. So, Christopher Dreschel of the Australian Football Post, an enthusiastic fellow who is very indifferent. No place like home is on a fairly lengthy run without scoring a goal. So is Tadic. So is our backup striker. Why singling him out? Can he break his hoodoo here today? Well, he's playing well without reward. Yeah. Bit of a lie, but he's playing well without reward. Is Stosic fit enough to last the full duration of the game? Probably not. After all, we know how badly a bruised ankle can stop you playing football. I once had a bruise and it kept me out of school for 20 weeks. No. He's melodramatic. I don't know why Stosic feels so injured from something as simple as a bruise. I've been told he's fit enough, so he's playing. As you prepare to face FC Admira Wacker Modelling, are you happy with Takia's performance as an advanced playmaker? Well, I've only just put him in that role, so yes, I'm happy with it. I've not seen him play in it, and he's not performed badly yet, so yes, I'm happy with how he's performing in that role. Now, if you asked me how he was playing as an attacking midfielder, I would have told you he's having an awful time when he was an attacking mid, but apparently he doesn't know what he's doing, this guy doing his interviews. Awful interviewer. But they are coming on the attack, and it's with Spasic. Spasic gets it to Hijab, and it's a good job I did not mispronounce this guy's name. Also, that football is really irritating. Let's just get that off there. I apologise for that. It was irritating me too, leaving that in the middle of the screen. But it is Takia on the counter-attack, coming down this right-hand side for us. Can he get across in? He does have support if he needs. Lovely back heel to goals. Whips in across Tadic. Oh! That was such beautiful football from Takia. The back heel didn't look like a guy going down a league at all, but unfortunately we cannot get the finish that was needed. Holmes, though, now with Desmaili. Lovely ball over the top to no place like home. Can he whip it across? No, he passes it to Takia, and it's a lovely save. But we are looking a little bit more threatening up front in today's episode, and that is nice to see. Or at least in this game. Previous game, not so much, but this game we are looking like a threat up front. And it is always nice to see us up there instead of where we are right now with Spasic coming down this left-hand side. He has a crossfield ball though, Aura now plays it up to Etlinger coming down the right-hand side for them, but he just kicks it wide. We got off rather lucky there. He could have done much more dangerous things, perhaps even whipped in across, but selfishly goes alone and he pays the price. So we are going to... You know what, we're doing well. I'm going to praise the lads. Zoe Tadic, who's really having a rough time. Stosic is currently struggling on condition now. And we have a couple of defenders who apparently get nervous when you praise how they're doing, but other than that, not going too badly. Maya gets it out wide to Etlinger though. Etlinger back to Aura. Aura holding up the ball nicely, tries to get it through, but Guga intercepts. Lovely ball up to no place like home. Can we get a last-minute goal in the end of this first half? Plays it back to Van Neck. Van Neck up to no place like home. Oh. Denied by the frame of the goal, and we go in at half-time 0-0. We've had 4 shots, they've had 6. 3 on target, they've had 3 on target. 1 foul to 3 fouls, 0 yellow cards, 2 yellow cards, 52% possession to 48. Now, our best performer has been Hankick. He's had 3 shots saved and a 6.8 as a result. For them is Tolka with a 6.9 and no reason for it. Now struggling to perform is Tadic, and I'm probably going to take him off, to be honest. He's been struggling both games in this episode and for the past few episodes, to be honest. I can't see why he was the top goal scorer. Cadlek is also struggling for them. Tadic, of course, on 6.5 and Cadlek on a 6.4. Now, other scores. We have Lask currently 0-0 against Mattersburg. We have St. Pollen, who is currently 1-1 against Hartsburg. St. Pollen, Polton even. Please pick up a victory. You dropping points to Hartsburg is not useful for us trying to stay up. Now, Martin thinks we're trying to encourage the team. Give them a bit of a morale boost. So, we are going to passionately tell them. Now, their heads are probably going to drop. So, motivate them a little bit more. So, Tadic, you are having an awful time, my friend. Tadic, I'm going to assertively tell you I'm not happy. Good, that went down. So, you know what? He's responded well. I'm going to treat that with kindness. Instead, I'm going to take Stosic off and bring John E.B. McKellon, who can simply slot into that role. In fact, Obi-Wan Kenobi is of course going to drop to being defensive instead of attacking because it suits him a little bit more. Joby whips it in. Oh, Litnear gathers the ball nicely. That is another reason why we should probably have Dimitri Payet on though. Dimitri Payet is solid for all of our free kicks and corners, etc. So I should probably have him on just for his playmaking ability from set pieces. But Takia's a solid player, so whilst Takia's playing okay, I guess Dimitri Payet will sit on the bench. But we need to get the ball away. These blocks are nice, but it's still in a dangerous spot. That save was lovely. Again though, they do have the ball in our half. get it away, lads. That is not far enough away, Guga. We need to hold the ball, take it into their half, and run the clock down a little bit more. We can't be letting them just hang around in our half. Luckily, though, that didn't amount to anything. So we have Tadic still struggling to do anything. So we're going to bring on the Fook shooter. So the Fook shooter can go here. We can be an advanced forward. We shall, you know what? Probably a little bit risky. But, you know what? No place like home's having a decent game. So, no, we'll do the simple thing. We'll go attacking midfielder Dimitri Payet, bring him on for his set-piece abilities and his experience and knowledge, which hopefully he will pass on to our strikers and allow them to get us a goal. But first of all, we need to get this corner away. That kind of works. Wasn't the best way of getting it away, and as you can see, they have taken over this game. They are now on 20 shots and 53% possession. They are very much dominating us in the stats now. That I would probably put down to the fact we've overtaken them in the fouls. We've started picking up our fouls, they've stopped fouling us, and thus they are now taking more of the ball and taking more shots. So, Guga, get it away. Don't handball it and give a penalty. This is not the way to lose this game. Come on, Keeps. Come on, Keeps. Oh. Of all the ways to throw away a point here today, that is how we did it. So we are going very attacking, of course, because we don't have any real choice in the matter at this point. We've used up all of our substitutes. So, yeah. That's not good. That is definitely not good. Demand more. Demand more. I need to get more aggressive with these lads. I'm trying to not plough their morale into the ground, but we're not making it easy. That's at least focused everyone up, though. These guys are tough, if not a little bit useless. But Auxier gets one in, goals, get it away, Gantz heads it back to Handkick. That was an interesting approach. I'm glad Handkick didn't bumble that one. Gantz now kicking it up to Van Neck. Van Neck back to John Obi Mikel. John Obi Mikel tries a ball crossfield, gives it away as it is intercepted by Ponyedi. Don't know why I struggle with that name so much. But they have yet another corner, and it is not looking good. It's looking like we are going to pick up a loss here today. Handkick keeping us in it, though. Hopefully we've got some added time to work with. We've got 4 minutes. 4 minutes to try and bring a goal back. Unfortunately, not a single highlight in that time. That means it is, of course, 1-0 to FC Admira Wacker Modelling here today. And, well, the statistics, they should have probably scored a few more. We had 5 shots, they had 30. 4 on target to their 14, 11 fouls to 5 fouls, 2 yellow cards, 45% possession to their 55. Now, Handkick, of course, was our best performer. He had 12 shots saved and a 6.9. But then was Auxier. He got an 88% passing completion ratio and a 7.7 as a result. Now, struggling to perform was Tadic with a 6.4 and no reason for it. And Bakis with a 2 overall chances and a 6.2. That means we are approaching the 20 milestone as we reach our 19th game without a win. There is quite a lot of other ones here. Feel free to go through them if you wish. I will not be there. Handkick was finally beaten today, having gone previously 189 consecutive minutes without conceding. So that was a bit of positive news up until that point. But Auxier gets the player of the match, and well, that was rather disappointing. And Martin agrees, so let's tell the lads that. We are going to aggressively tell them, in fact. I'm far from pleased with that result. That was awful. You shouldn't have gave away that penalty. a draw I would have been fine with, but that was pathetic. Lucky for us though, St. Paulton did do us a favour. They beat Hartsberg 3-1. Now Lask did beat Mattersburg, but I believe them two are, yeah, it's just a case of them two swapping about positions. So it doesn't make a drastic difference with Lask and Mattersburg. It's very much a two-horse race between us and Hartsberg. I don't see either of us creeping up to 4th. So fingers crossed we can pick up 5 more points than Hartsberg, because of course there is a 4-point gap, but again, the goal difference, if we're level on points, we are going down on goal difference, because our goal difference is awful. They've conceded as many as we have. Unfortunately though, they've scored 12 more. But that is it for today's episode. As you can see, we've got a nice double away header in the next episode, and then a nice double header against Lask in the following, providing the games stay in order, of course. But I thank you all for watching today's episode. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a lovely day. Goodbye.